tonight.
We'll keep you up to date with that Candy View game going on. If you want to get a quick update and come back to us, it's on our sister station, 9:40 a.m. with Kerry and Kobe. Also, we'll try to get you updated scores from the other Region 9 game. That's Snow Canyon hosting Pineview. But we got a barn burner. Hopefully tonight, I'll bet you we see a lot of points. It's going to be starting right now. Here's Allen with the action.
Horlocker will kick. Number 10, high kick, chasing Griffin into the end zone. It'll be out at the 20. Touchback. So the Redmen will start 1st and 10 from the 20. Good kick. Had a little bit of wind, but Horlocker Major League leg.
Yeah, I remember that from last year, that Horlocker could pooch or pound that ball downfield, and he's picking up on that action this year. So the Redmen will be first on offense. You know, frankly, Alan, as I've watched this game and developing and seeing how it's going to develop, I hope the Redmen are the last to have the football.
Yes, and that's the way it's going to need to be. The Redmen will come out showing, of all things, Wishbone tonight.
Wishbone, what a shot.
In the backfield, Blackner and Griffin, Gowers the fullback. They'll give to Blackner off a counter off to the left side. He'll spin for about 3 and bring up 2nd and 7.
First time we've seen Blackner get the game-opening honors of running the ball, and he cracks up for about 2 off the left side.
So it'll bring up 2nd down. Redmen showing. Tim, I don't want to blow my own horn, but do you remember what we said about showing the wishbone?
Oh, we talked about it on the way to Uinta, about how we hadn't seen it in the Kearns game. Didn't think we'd see it, and I think we both said Dixie.
Yeah, they'll come on out. They'll show that. This time they'll go double wing. Off to the left side, Andrew Hansen, as Josh Frainer will meet him, and I like that matchup. Give it to Jesse Griffin on a sweep. He's got the corner turn to the corner. Diaz will come up with the tackle at the 35.
But not till he gets the first down, plus about 3.
We'll give him 13 on the pickup, Tim. Good call on yourself. Griffin, good speed around the corner in the first down for the Redmen. But I like that matchup. I know Kevin Garrett, the offensive coordinator, slid to the other side. Frainer at 5'9", Hansen at 6'3". I like that on the outside in that formation.
Does this sound a little more familiar for Cedar High Redmen football? 2 plays, 2 runs?
Yes, it does. This time the Redmen will come out with a single back Gower, 3 receivers to the left slide in the slot. Looks like Andrew Hansen. Give to Gower up the middle. Oliverson will get to the corner, and Jeff will pick up about 10 yards right side.
He's real close to yet another first down. I think they're going to give him the 11 yards.
I think exactly right. That time, play fake inside, bounce to the outside. Good calls, good read, and a first down, number 2 for the Redmen.
And Jeff Oliverson, not only with the exceptional arm that we've seen him demonstrating those last 3 weeks in preseason, but really pretty good at running this option and not afraid to tuck it up and go.
Well, he's a big man, as you and I know. It's about, 210, 215 maybe?
I wouldn't want to argue with him.
And he's a heady player.
Yes, he is.
Same formation. Receivers 3 side to the far side of the field. Hansen solo right. In motion is Griffin. Run the option that way. Oliverson out to Gressman. Jeffsey's got the pitch. He's at 5 yards. He's going to be at 10 yards. Struggling for 12 or 13. It's going to be near the Dixie 40-yard line. Another first down, Cedar.
Ryan Wilson finally had to come up and grab him and drag him down for behind him, and Wilson got drug on the ground for a couple of yards.
Give him 13 on the running play. Griffin, that's an easy average, Tim. 13 and 13, 3 first downs for the Redmen here in the opening drive.
I think Dixie's been caught off guard because I think they saw the scouting films from the last 3 weeks and said, hey, these guys are going to pass on it.
Yeah. Well, I would have thought, too.
Sure.
Even though you and I talked, as you mentioned, Uinta, and then our beautiful trip last week to Page, option coming this week.
Yes, sir.
They'll come out double slot. They'll come Blackner in the slot to the right side, Griffin slot to the left side. Platt is on man with Diaz. Oliverson straight drop back, looking out under pressure. He's going to be sacked at midfield, minus about 10 on the play. Too much pressure that time by the Dixie front guys.
Yeah, they came roaring through, and of course they got those big guys up front. We're talking about a couple of trains up there, and they were just able to get through and make their way into the backfield.
One of the men that really is causing havoc is they line him up at linebacker, Tim, number 67, Alex Bueller, a 6'5", 340-pound man. Actually, he's over the nose, but he was one of the men coming in. Coach Todd Peacock told me before the ball game while we were during the timeout there, that's what Dixie wanted to do, was send a lot of pressure. That time Bueller got away from the center and minus 10.
They got Scott Rogers, a 270-pound linebacker.
In motion is Griffin. Swing it out into a flat to Jesse. Man on man there. He's not going to get anywhere. He'll lose 5 on that pass play, as Dustin Bowler will knock him out of bounds.
So the first pass, as it is a completion, but for -5.
Yeah, we're going the wrong direction now. So Cole Nelson and James Platt will bring the play in. Redmen will break that wishbone here. So far, we've yet to see Junior Bonner in on the offensive play as he's on the sideline still.
I think Coach is going to let him get into the game mentally tonight.
I think he's got to have a wake-up a little bit.
Indeed.
Slot to the right side. Jesse Griffin in the slot. Blackner in the wing. Oliverson straight drop back. Airing it down the sideline for Platt. Platt is there, overthrown by about 5 yards. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
So the Redmen have a choice, and I do see Andrew coming on, so at least a possible kick here.
I was going to say 25 to go. I don't know too many 4th down plays early will net that. So back for the Flyers will be Josh Frainer, who has had a great receiving year or return yardage this year. Also Robbie Diaz. I'm sure he'll be the running back. Redmen line up in the wishbone. Hansen will slide back. Oliverson will go back into the middle. Bonner and Platt will release down the field. Snap is back. No pressure. Andrew low. End over end kick. Diaz will come up with it at the 15. Go to the right side. Try to get to the outside. Wrestled to the ground by number 30. Tim? 8?
I want to say 35, but 38 is probably right, and that would be Brett Baumgartner.
Nice tackle by Baumgartner. Got him around the shoulder pads. Brings him down at the 30. So 1st and 10 for the Flyers.
Oh, look at that line they've got bringing up to. They've got Scott Fisher and up there up front. If I'm reading this right, 315 pounds.
Well, and his little brother, twin brother, is off on the left tackle. He's also 315. They'll come out 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Solo running back, number 22, J.D. Beck. Straight drop back, throw it out in the flat to Horlocker. It is caught by number 24, Morgan Mackley, and he falls to the ground. They're going to lose 3 or 4 on the pass play.
So not the way the Flyers want to get their passing game started. It's a completion for a loss of yards.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 13. 9 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Now I see Diaz checking in.
He saw a lot of time last year, if I remember right. You mentioned the Fisher twins, Scott and Paul. They're both the tackles. Highly recruited. I saw they were in the top 100 in the nation for their size. I formation here. Slot to the right side. Give to Diaz going off the right tackle. And Oliverson had him, but he slipped down. Diaz will lose a few yards as Bob Griffiths leads a host with Mike Gower. They're going to be backed up to about the 21-yard line. Lose about, 5 or 6 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 19.
Yeah, great penetration there from 3 of the Cedar High defensive players. Jeff got in there, made some initial contact, maybe just slowed him down a step, and then Gower and company finished him off.
Josh Adams will come wide to the left side. In the slot is number 16. That's Dustin Bowler, solo receiver right. Shotgun formation for Horlocker. Straight drop back. He's looking underneath, throwing for Adams on a crossing pattern. In and out of his hands, incomplete. That's a 1st down if he catches it.
Sure.
It falls incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Flyers.
So Horlocker goes 1 of 2 on his first series, as did Jeff Oliverson for the Redmen. And something we haven't seen for a while. 3 and supposedly out. And that's a good sign for the defense tonight.
Let's not go too loud, too quickly.
No,
Yeah.
That's a good way to get things started at the very least.
You got to be careful here. Horlocker is the kicker, but he's also the quarterback, so you got to be covering your people. They'll send 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left in punt formation. Horlocker will get it underway, end over end kick to Bonner. Bonner will pick it up at the 43-yard line. Looking for people, trying to bounce to the outside. He's got the corner back inside of Diaz. Up the middle, good run by Junior Bonner.
That's great.
45-yard line.
That's some good. He just kept going left, going right. Took a few steps forward, juked left and right again. Took another 2 or 3 yards forward. He just kept finding a way to go forward.
Well, he read the play very, very well. Bounces to the outside. Diaz cuts him off. He takes, hey, you don't let me go outside. I'll cut up inside. He weaves for about a 22-yard return, and 1st and 10 Redmen at the Flyer 45.
Well, this is another thing I think that's a little bit unusual. We've gone nearly 5 minutes, just over 4, and no score yet.
Double wing formation. Bonner in motion, left to right. Option to the left side. Kick it out to Junior. He's got the corner. And number 1, Micah Harwood, comes up and trips him up, and then he's cleaned up by number 21, Dave Turner. So Junior Bonner will pick up 1 or 2. They'll give him 2, 2nd down and 8.
First time Bonner's been in on an offensive play from scrimmage tonight. Apparently coach thinks he's ready to go.
That's amazing what happens when you don't get to start.
Yes, it motivates you.
Junior will go off to the wing left. Griffin wing to the right. Tight end Romney is on the left side. Andrew Hansen, solo receiver, right side. Going to go misdirection to Griffin. Nope, give it to Jesse. Jesse's tripped up, I think, by Jeff Oliverson. He'll lose 7 on the running play.
So that's going to not help his average, which was sitting right at 13. One thing I noticed is that Andrew Hansen came out to line up as the receiver to the right side. That number 2, that's Diaz for the Dixie High Flyers, wasn't giving him any room. I mean, they were lined up basically nose to nose on the line. So I think Diaz thinks he's got the confidence to stay with these Cedar High receivers.
Well, the thing that I like about this year's Cedar crop, Tim, is they're all over 6 feet. Diaz 5'9", and off to the other side, number 5, Josh Frainer, also 5'9". Straight drop back for Oliverson. He'll roll to the right side. Under some pressure, he'll tuck it up himself, take on a tackler. Very slow developing play. I think somebody either missed a block or they wanted to slip somebody out into the flat. No one went there. Jeff picked up what he could. It'll be a yard or 2, and it'll bring up 4th down. We'll give him 3, I guess, on that scramble, Tim. Isn't that about right?
That looks good to me. Andrew Hansen does check in, so another possible punting situation. Out comes Griffin. Also coming out is
Big Bill Nelson. So the center, and I haven't noticed who it is, I think that's Cam Romney, who lines up at the center position for the deep snap. It's 4th and 12. Bonner and Platt will slide out. Double receivers back for the Flyers. Hansen with his second kick. Good high kick into the wind. Diaz will come up with the catch inside the 10. He'll move straight ahead, cut back to the right side, and he's just nailed down by number 72 for the Redmen.
And that's Kevin Grady. So Kevin Grady with the tackle. By the way, your Matt DeMille was the deep snapper to answer your question.
Okay.
So now over 5 minutes gone, almost 6 minutes gone, and still no score. I'm not quite used to that.
Well, the thing that's interesting, Tim, is the Flyers with not a first down yet. In fact, negative yards on their play. They are -9 in their first possession. Second series coming up for the Flyers. Adams will come wide to the left side. Wide to the right side is number 7, Sam Torgerson, a 6'4 senior. I formation. Horlocker under center. A little quick step drop. Throw it out to Adams. He
drops
can't
the ball.
handle it.
Adams had that in his hands. He just flat dropped it.
Looks like they're working over on the Redmen left side. Skylar Miller is that cornerback over here. He had some openings because that was just a quick 2-step drop. Throw it in that flat, see what the wide receiver can create for himself.
Now, if Adams catches that ball, really not much of a gain, maybe a 2 or 3 yard pickup there, but
it would have been the potential if you miss the tackle, though. This time Torgerson will come to the left side. Griffin will pick him up. 3 receivers back to the right side. 1 running back for the Flyers. Throw it out into the flat to number 5. He'll get a block around the corner, get to the corner, miss a tackle, do the Redmen, bumped out of bounds. As that ball goes to Josh Frainer just out inside the flat. As the play stands, it'll be a first down. Looks like it's going to be, Tim, what, about 12 yards on the pickup? Maybe 13. We'll give him 13 on the pass play. First down for the Flyers. It comes at the 5:56 mark in the opening quarter. This time Horlocker will work out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. That is Torgerson. 1 running back slanted off the left side. Looks like they're going to go across the middle looking for the tight end, number 16, Dustin Bowler. He has it, looking for some room. Bonner comes up with it, fumble, but Bowler gets back on top of it.
Nice hit there by Junior. Thinking that we might be able to get a turnover there, but Bowler hangs on to it for dear life. And that's the biggest play from scrimmage tonight. 15
yards on that pass play, so Horlocker 2 for 2. Or the last 2, I guess he's completed 2 of them. And the Flyers with their second first down. 5:40 to play, opening quarter, 0-0 between the Redmen and the Flyers here tonight from Cedar High School.
Bowler's at 6 foot and 185 pounds, so probably one of the better targets out there for Horlocker.
3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, solo running back. Griffin under some pressure. He's going to get on the corner blitz. Horlocker goes down.
Call that about an 11-yard loss.
I think you can almost mark it back just to 10, Tim, maybe 11. Well, we'll give him 11, minus 11 on the sack.
We like doing that.
We like doing that. Good blitz by Griffin. You don't see too many corner blitzes, but that's exactly what happened. The Flyers didn't pick it up. Horlocker didn't see it coming. It was from his blind side. And the first quarterback sack for the Redmen tonight comes at 4:54. It brings second down and 21.
A little more aggressiveness seeing from the defensive unit here tonight.
Redmen will go out in kind of a 2-deep zone as Torgerson wide to the left side. Bonner off there to help. Quick step drop out to Diaz out in the flat. He'll get to the corner, slip a tackle. Platt has him around the ankles, will bring him down for about a 6 or 7 yard pickup, third down.
That's Diaz's first catch of the night. He's run the ball from scrimmage once so far, and it's his first positive yards, and looks like about 8.
8 yards on the play. They'll spot the ball at the 49-yard line of the Flyers, third down and 13. They've got to get to the Redmen 37, or 38, excuse me. So big third down coming up, but Dixie Platt can move it through the air, Tim. Nothing safe here.
Yeah, well, we knew that was coming. This would be a nice place for the defense to stiffen up and make them give up the ball.
Flyers will go 3 receivers to the left side. Adams wide. Going to play action, roll out, under pressure from Gower on the move, looking for Adams. In and out of his hands, no good. Miller on the coverage.
And Miller was right there, and Adams would have caught that ball short of the first down, but not by much.
Yeah, he went to the first down marker, came back for the ball, and if Skyler tackles him in his tracks, it would have been fourth down. As it is fourth
down, yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's fourth down, a punting situation. Horlocker will, you would think, come up with the punt.
Well, Brian Watson or Wilson will check in. I'm sorry, Dustin Boulder will check in. Now, he was the one that came up with that 15-yard catch a while back, and he does line up.
Well, they line up 2 people. Like, they're going to go for it if you're not careful. Platt will drop back. Horlocker will get the kick. He's going to try to kick it, I'm sure, away. Let it go, James. Don't come up with it. It takes a bounce into the end zone, out of the end zone. Redmen will take over first and 10 from their 20.
Well, Horlocker completes 3 of 7 so far in the game tonight. They get 1 first down, but so far I've got to be a little bit encouraged by what we're seeing from the Cedar High defense. They're getting a couple of 3-and-outs tonight. They're making some better plays. That quarterback blitz that nailed Horlocker, that was a good sign.
And I haven't said this all season, Tim. 4 series, 4 punts. We're in the no score. 0-0, 3:43 to play, opening quarter. Redmen out of the wishbone. Cole Nelson wide to the right side. Diaz will play bump and run with him. Give it to Gower, his first carry off the left side. He'll pick up about 3.
Gower just doing his normal chug away through the middle off the left side. We've talked about that for the last few weeks. And grinds it out for 3 pretty tough yards, but he's very consistent from that spot.
So second down and 7. Flyers will bring in, it looks like one of the Fisher boys, actually both the Fisher boys will come in. So you just picked up 630 pounds at tackles. Actually a nose guard and a left defensive end. They'll go with 3 linemen. Spread the wishbones, give it up to Gower. Mike will pick up to the 26, another 3. It'll bring third down and 4.
Yes, the Fisher boys said, well, we don't want to have this keep happening, so they bring in the beef. And Gower's still able to crack through for another 3.
Well, that quick hit to the fullback. Size really doesn't matter if that fullback can get through the way because, it takes a while for those big guys to get going. You seal them just a little bit, good things will happen.
And the other part of that, too, is that now you have Fishers playing both ways, and they may tire out before it's all done.
Redmen will go solo receiver left is Cole Nelson. Oliverson will keep the football around the left side. Fake to Gower. He's going to be knocked off his feet at the 35. First down on a 9-yard pickup for Jeff Oliverson.
That's Jeff's 4th carry of the game. And he's got positive yards. He did have the 1 sack where he lost 10. But Jeff being very much a part of this running offense tonight, he had completed 1 of 2 through the air.
One thing that's nice about that wishbone is if you read your keys, they can't cover everybody.
No, they can't.
It's all position. You got to stay in your position. If the defensive end cracks too much down on the fullback, you get the corner. That's what happened to Oliverson. Picks up 9. 1st and 10 at the Redmen 35. 2:10 to play in the opening quarter. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. In motion is Griffin. Run the option to the left side. Kick it out to Jesse. He's got the corner turn. He's at the 30. Lowers his head. Takes on a man. He'll be close to the first down.
Just a bit short. I think they'll give him about 9.
It's going to be 8 or 9. Good speed to the outside does Griffin. Good pitch on the move. Actually, it looks like 7. He got bumped out of bounds, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Redmen.
So far, Gower, Blackner, Griffin, and Bonner running the ball tonight. So we've seen that. So far in the receivers, only Griffin has caught a pass, and that was for a loss, actually.
Same formation. Miller is wide to the left side. 3 receivers with Griffin on a wing. Bonner in the slot. Platt wide. Straight drop back for Oliverson. Looking out in the flat for Junior. Throw it to Platt. Platt with the reception. He misses, slips the tackle into Flyer territory. 1st down.
Jeff completing his 2nd pass of the night. And that was to Platt, wasn't it?
Yes, 10 yards on the pickup if the play stands. I don't see a flag. Yes, there is a flag back 7 yards deep.
Don't know if you noticed this, Alan, as that play was developing, but as Jeff was under center, both Diaz and Ferrer dropped off their receivers and gave them a pretty big cushion.
I think the Redmen will decline that, obviously, against the Flyers. Maybe it's tacked on at the end of the run the way the officials are spotting. It is. Give them 10 yards on the completion. The 5th first down for the Redmen. Then, I think
personal foul.
Personal foul, probably roughing the passer. So march off another 15 yards. And all of a sudden the Redmen are in business. 1st and 10 at the Flyer 31. 1:50 to play in the opening quarter. Redmen will come out in their double wing formation. Romney, the tight end, left. Andrew Hansen wide to the right. I like a fade pattern right here if he can get away from Diaz.
I got to ask you a question. I think I already know the answer, but have we had a quarter of Redmen football in the 1999 season where there has been no score?
Not yet. I don't believe so.
We're a minute and 50 away, and the Redmen are starting to get to the door where they can at least start knocking.
At least start knocking. Furthest penetration for either team up to this point. 1st and 10, Redmen at the 31 for the Flyers. Griffin in motion, give it off to Gower. Gower will try that left side, maybe a yard, not much that way. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. You know, we had a pretty good angle on that, Tim. I think that was, if we run the option that way, I think you got the corner turn. They give it to Mike, closes off in a hurry.
Platt and Nelson will check in on this play.
Platt will come wide to the right side. Cole will go wide to the left. Griffin will go in the slot. Bonner will move to the wing left. Platt solo right. I still like the fade pattern. Diaz will back off. Oliverson will fake inside. Good move inside. Runs into his man. And that's easy for an offensive lineman. If you're not going to get a block, get downfield as Grady brings Oliverson down for no gain.
It's just one of those things where Jeff was trying to step it up and kind of knocked into his own man. Here we are, less than a minute.
Down to 45 seconds to go. Plays will come in with Andrew Hansen and Cam Romney. Tim, I'm calling it fade to Hansen. I like the size advantage you have on the outside. Hansen will come to the right side. Romney tight end left. Spread the wishbone. Cedar down inside of some territory if they don't get the snap off. Oliverson does. Going to look out in the flat. Griffin's wide open. They'll throw it down for Hansen. Hansen will go up. Jump ball, no good, incomplete.
No flag on that play, and actually some pretty good coverage back there, and I think that was Diaz, if I'm not mistaken.
That is. Diaz was right there. Jeff throws it up. Andrew can't come up with it. Incompletion stops the clock at 18.7 seconds to play. Redmen 4th down. And you're in that situation where you're too close to punt, too long for a field goal. So this isn't even riverboat here. No, this is just a give-up.
Yeah, Cole Nelson does come in, and they'll take a timeout, and so will we. We'll step aside for a minute. This is Cedar High Sports on Talk Radio 590.
When a business has been around for nearly 50 years, through southern Utah's economic ups and downs with companies.
Well, welcome back. 18.7 seconds to go. Redmen 4th and 9. Big play coming up here, obviously. They'll go play action. Alverson straight drop back, looking down on an out. Now Griffin is there, and the ball is overthrown. Touchdown was all over that. Jeff missed him.
Yeah, Griffin was wide open on that. Had gotten away from Frenier and really had the corner just a little bit over his head. So Redmen turned the ball over with 12.7 left here in the first quarter of play.
Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. Flyers will take over 1st and 10. Tell you what, I don't know how much of a wind is out here still, but I see the trees moving. We don't see any flags. This might be a good shot for the Flyers to just air it out.
Oh,
see
sure.
what you can do.
Well, I mean, why not? What have they got to lose? Well, except for the turnover.
Except for the turnover. Redmond have been successful to the big play, however. Adams will go wide to the right side. Miller will meet him, and Torgerson will meet double coverage here on the left side. Bonner is deep. Griffin is short. Straight drop. Nope. Pump fake. Looking under.
Look
Romney
out.
is there. Romney will bring him down. Penalty flags in at the end. Romney came from his defensive end spot right, got the sack, and then the flag come. Hopefully it's not a face mask.
Horlocker didn't see a thing coming. We'll hope that, that it's not a face mask. The Cedar High team clapping their hands. Don't know if that means anything or not.
Generally where it comes from this gentleman, that's a hold. We'll see if that is indeed the case. Holding on the Flyers.
Second penalty on the Flyers, if they take it. Can the defense decline this?
Yes, they certainly can. They lose 5 on the play and lose a down, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 if they decline. If they accept it, it's 1st and 20. So I guess it's whichever your preference is, the down or the distance. 6.8 to go. The Redmen, they should wind the clock. I'll bet that'll be the end of the quarter. They'll decline that penalty. -5 on the play for the Redmen, or for the Flyers.
Horlocker's second carry for minus yards tonight. In fact, his second carry, and they're both minus yards.
They didn't wind the clock, so one more play for the Flyers. I like what they were trying to do, though. Pump fake, get it down the field.
Yep.
This time the Flyers will send slots to the right side, slots to the left side. Wind the clock. That may have given the Flyers enough time to get one play off.
And maybe not.
It won't. End of the quarter, and it's 0-0 between Cedar and Dixie. We'll step aside for a minute break to hear from some Redmond sponsors, and we'll be back with more here on Talk Radio 590.
How can you tell a car?
Out the flat to Adams. Adams will slide to the ground. Good concentration. Juggles the catch, but a gain of about, what, Tim? 17? First down.
17 first down, and Adams actually caught that ball on his, well, he caught it with his hands, but it was on his derriere.
Yeah.
Great concentration. That's Adams' first catch of the night.
He's had a hard time hanging on that ball because even that one, we've seen balls go through his hands. That one was juggled, but he does come up with the catch. 3rd first down for the Flyers, just starting 2nd quarter. Opening Region 9 battle this weekend. Cedar at home for the first time. You only have 2 more chances to come see them as they're on the road a lot this year. Slots to both ways. Straight drop back for Horlocker. Under pressure. Romney almost with a catch on the pass play. I don't know who came through.
It was
Blackner?
Blackner, yeah.
22. Gower was also there.
Huge pressure from Blackner. We got an update on another Region 9 game going on. Just about at the end of the first quarter, or maybe at the end of the first quarter, Candy View is trailing to Hurricane tonight by a score of 7-0. Is that not correct?
I think that's what you told me.
Okay.
Now we'll see if you got the right information. We've already passed it along.
Our producer says that is correct.
All right. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped, 11:27 to play. 0-0 as we mentioned the score here at Cedar High School. Double slot both ways. Straight drop back for Horlocker. Throw it underneath off the shoulder pads of number 16, Dustin Bowler. Tell you what, Horlocker's been on the money a number of times, Tim. That's probably 3 or 4 at least drops tonight.
I'm going to say he's completed only 4 of 9, but I can say right now that he would be probably 7 of 9 had the receivers kept the ball.
At least, because I think there's been
8.
at least 4 that I can remember. And my memory's as short as the hair on top of my head. So the Flyers will send slot to the right side. Adams wide that way. Torgerson with the slot wide to the right side. Shotgun formation. Ball is bad snap. Horlocker comes up with it. Romney is chasing him on the money. He throws it to Adams. First down.
That's a play that should just never have happened. Horlocker was running for his life. He had to pick the ball up off the ground. He was under some pressure. Good concentration. I got to give Horlocker some credit on that because he kept his cool out there and somehow found Adams down there for the about the 17-yard gain.
First down for the Flyers. They'll spot it at the Redmen 43-yard line.
Is that Adams catching that?
Yes, it was. So first down number 4 for the Flyers. Redmen with 5, but the only stat that matters is 0-0 on the board. 11 minutes to go before halftime. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 running back. Toss to him coming to the right side on a sweep. Oliverson will come up with him, bring him down. That's J.D. Bett trying to get to the corner. He will lose about 4.
Yeah, great pursuit there by Jeff O, who came chugging in. And you can see that there was not going to be any gain whatsoever on that play because Jeff was just not going to be denied.
What happened there, you saw the quickness advantage. The Flyers tried to spread it out and get the big offensive lineman to pick up the defensive end. They couldn't do it. Oliverson gets away from him. Nowhere for Beck to go. He'll check out. Diaz will check in. 2nd and 14, clock moving, 10:15 to play before half, 0-0 the score. Diaz will go in a slot with to the left side. Fowler is also with him in a slot. Solo running back is Beck. Straight drop back, give to him on an inside handoff, and guess who's there? Number 19. Jeff Oliverson will bring him down for yet another loss.
So Beck not having much fun out there running the ball so far tonight. 2 carries, 2 losses.
-3 on that particular play. Pray. I said pray.
Maybe that's what they need to start doing.
3rd down and 17 to go.
In fact, look at this, Alan. Not one play from scrimmage running for positive yards.
Not yet. We hope that continues.
Yeah, we like that. But a lot through the air so far.
Yes, ball spot at the Redmen 49. They've got to get down to the 33-yard line. 3rd down. 3 receivers straight across the field on the right side. Solo left is Torgerson. Horlocker straight drop back, looking over the middle, throws it 4. Adams in and out of his hands. Miller diving out, almost came up with the interception. 4th down.
Great effort from Miller, who saw it pop out of Adams' hands and said, I could leap with this and maybe grab it. Almost came up with the interception, but nonetheless, it's 4th down. Platt will go back as well as Junior Bonner.
And Horlocker will face with his 3rd punt of the night, Tim. We've had 5 punts if this goes up, and the Redmen returned over on downs last time. So offense, I guess you got to hand it to the defense, but offenses haven't got on track yet either.
Well, and if I can say anything, this is a pleasant turn of events.
It's better football.
Yeah.
Horlocker will get this kick away about his 40-yard line. Good high spiral. He'll drive Platt and Bonner into the end zone. It'll bounce out. That's a great kick, Tim.
Yeah.
He got that off about 60 yards into what wind there is.
Yeah.
Touchback. Redmen will start over.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at their 20.
Horlocker able to punt the ball real well. And that's another great weapon that they have with them tonight from Dixie High School. Horlocker, just a talented guy. And I wonder if you've heard anything about scouting reports on him.
You know, I haven't yet, but Dixie, as long as I can remember, has always had a punter, always had a kicker. They've developed them. They're not afraid to use them. It's a great weapon because that would have been, Redmen have had great success returning. Redmen will spread that wishbone, double slot. Oliverson gives it off to Gower. He's through the whole right side. He has a couple of blockers, bounces back to the inside. He's at the 40, 45.
That's got to be a face mask at the end of that play.
No penalty.
Did you see it?
You know, I was looking for the down, but he did go down kind of awkwardly. Give Mike 26 on the pickup. 1st down, Redmen.
And that now becomes the biggest play from scrimmage.
The 6th first down for the Redmen. It comes at 9 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter of play. Redmen 1st and 10 at their 46. First series with the wind. I think that may play a little advantage in the throwing department. Cole Nelson wide to the left side. Looks like James Platt wide to the right side. Griffin in the slot. Blackner in motion. They'll give keep. Oliverson will keep around to the outside. Bounces back to the inside. Jeff's near a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup, but he got hammered at the end of that run.
He did, but he's very close to the 1st down. They'll mark it just short, so I have to give him 9. But again, a great run for Jeff Oliverson, who's actually doing better as a ground runner tonight than throwing the ball. He's got 2 of 5 completions.
Yeah, but I'm not on track for the 15.
Well, yeah, I know you're worried about your coach, but we'll take care of that business.
We'll take care of that
tonight.
Like I say, I told Todd, as long as we have one more point, I don't care what happens. 3 receivers to the left. Griffin in motion. Give it off to Gower. He runs right into one of his men, bounces off. He has the first down and about 2 others. So about 3 on the pickup, Redmen 1st and 10.
And again, he's in that situation where he could just about cry money. Because Gower is finding a way to get it done. Even when he runs into the back of one of his own guys, he can bounce off of that and still be a very effective runner.
7 first downs for the Redmen. Keeps the drive. Inside of 8 minutes. Ball spotted at the Flyer 42-yard line. 1st and 10.
Flat and Andrew Hansen will check in.
I still like the matchup on the outside. You got some size in the Redmen receivers. Hansen wide to the right side, Platt to the left. Blackner in the slot left, Griffin on a wing. Going to go play action pass, looking for Blackner. Burke has it in and out of his hands, incomplete.
That would have been a nice catch, although Burke would have been hammered on the catch. In fact, was hammered anyway.
You might as well make the catch, right?
Yeah, but a good effort there from Blackner. Thought he was going to come up with that catch. No, I think he thought he had it for enough to make it a completion.
Well, I think he did, and I think that's one play that the Redmen have had success all season, at least up to this point, is throwing out of that formation across the middle. They just have had openings. That time, Burke just dropped the ball. He'll come same formation. He's in the slot. Skylar Miller is the out man. Play action fake one more time. Out and up by Blackner, throwing it down the seam. Burke is there over his head. Frainer with the interception. He'll get away from Blackner. Bounce to the inside, back down the Redmen sideline. First turnover, and Griffin bumps the man out of bounds.
Well, this is the first turnover. Frainer had the best look at that ball. It was over Griffin's head. So we've got have our first turnover at 7:16 left in the second quarter here tonight.
Flyers will take over 1st and 10 at their 41-yard line. Good play by Frainer. They just had a zone coverage. He was just backing, stayed in his spot, read the play, caught the ball. So the Flyers will send Adams wide to the left, Torgerson wide to the right. Griffin is matched up with Torgerson, Miller on Adams. Big cushion off that left side. Shotgun formation. Horlocker looking across the middle. Throws. Junior Bonner with the interception. Junior with the football. Fumble. We'll see who got on top. Redmen must have got back. Bonner, so back-to-back turnovers on the interception.
So except for a few yards, kind of a no harm, no foul situation.
And this time the ball is spotted at the Redmen 47. The Redmen made good move, Tim, from their 20 last time before the interception, but they're right back, 1st and 10 at their 47, 7:06 to play, 0-0 the score.
So maybe just a delay of action for the Redmen offense tonight. We're going to get a timeout for the Cedar High Redmen team. I feel we should step aside.
We need to. 1 minute break as the Redmen are deadlocked 0-0 with the Flyers. We'll be back in a minute on Talk Radio 590.
Jackson Dry Cleaners.
To the right side, perfect read, cuts up the seam, 53 yards. Oliverson in for the score. Redmen leads 6-0.
Fabulous run, and he read it better than I've ever seen it. Read this year. As he saw a gaping hole as he was cutting out to the right side, said, "Oh look, I could drive through this," and does, and then scampers out to the sideline after getting into the secondary and makes it all the way out from 53 for the running touchdown. First blood in the game.
Goes to the red guys. That's good. Andrew Hansen on to try the PAT out of the hold of Jeff Oliverson. Snap is back. Good pressure by the Flyers. Hansen hammers it. We'll see if it went through. It does. Redmen leads 7-0, 6:54 to play. We'll be back in a minute with the Redmen kickoff here on Talk Radio 590.
When a business has been around for nearly...
Little short kick into a soft spot. Diaz will come up with it at the 15. Bounce to the left side. Gets away from man, and I got hammered. Bob Griffiths had him around the ankles, and number 12, Skylar Miller, pounded him at the end of the run. 1st and 10, Flyers at their 30.
And for a little extra measure, Nate Baker came in and added a little extra glove tap.
They'll spot the ball at the Flyer 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Flyers as they'll come with 3 receivers to the right side. Solo left is Torgerson. Brian Fink will pick up a man, and Platt as well as Skylar Miller. Straight drop back for Horlocker. Looking across the middle for Adams. in and out of his hands. So we've seen that's got to be 3 or 4 at least. You're saying 5.
I'm saying 5.
It's been at least a handful of drops by Josh Adams, the fine receiver.
There have been 7 incompletions, and I got to tell you, most of them have been because the receivers have not wrapped up on the balls tonight.
So 2nd and 10, clock stops, 6:42 to go. As we mentioned, Redmen leads 7-0 as the Redmen got on the board last offensive series. This time the Flyers will send 3 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Horlocker under center, solo running back. Play action, sprint to the right, under pressure from Griffin. Throws it on the move, incomplete, way over their head. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Skyler Miller in there with coverage on the intended receiver, and that receiver was
number 84.
Dave Cromwell. I haven't seen him playing yet tonight, so some pretty good coverage there from Skyler. And Horlocker under a ton of pressure.
Cromwell, a 5'9" senior. So it's 3rd down and 10, 6:36 to play.
One of the few passes that Horlocker has thrown tonight, though, that really didn't have much of a chance to get caught.
Well, they did a good job, the Flyers, that time sprinting away from the blind side pressures. The Redmen have brought it from their defensive right. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Horlocker alone in the backfield, shotgun. Straight drop back. Gower will come on the blitz. He's picked up ball, well overthrown Torgerson's head. Griffin with good coverage, and it'll force a punting situation for the Flyers.
Another 3 and out for the Dixie High Flyers. And again, knocking on wood perhaps a little bit, but we're seeing what I would have to say would be obviously the best defensive effort of the Redmen so far this year.
Well, I don't know what we were witnessing the first 3 ball games, but this team is a different team defensively. Offensively, they're not as potent, at least not yet.
Yeah, but
they haven't got some points, but they lead 7-0.
And the thing is, they're doing what Cedar High does best on offense when they're getting that ground game really going tonight.
Horlocker, and he's got some respect as they
cow.
backed up. Horlocker gets a good kick. Platt will go back, field it at the 20. He'll bounce to the right side, cut back up the middle, get away from a couple of people, and a good return with Platt out near the 37-yard line. So 17 yards on the play, but Horlocker, Tim, knocked that son of a gun. Line of scrimmage was at the 30.
So
50 yards into what I know there's not.
We're back now.
There we go. 1st and 10 for the Redmen at the 37.
Nothing to be alarmed at, just a little operation change.
You know, this is the first time I've heard it, though, so it's a little bit confusing. This time the Redmen will break the wishbone double wing formation. Griffin in motion right to left. Give to Gower. Yes, Mike. Nope, Jeff, good fake because he goes around the left side. He steps up inside, takes on some tacklers. He'll pick up about 4. Tell you what, he did a good job hiding that right on his hip.
He really did. I thought Gower had the ball, too. And I said, Jeff, what are you running for? I said, oh, your life. That is Jeff's 8th carry of the game.
I guess the one problem, if he doesn't run, you're not going to worry about the fake. And the only time he runs is when he's got the ball. But a nice run that time around the outside. Jeff picks up 4. 2nd down and 6. Clock moving, 5:45 to go before halftime. Andrew Hansen wide to the right side. Bonner and Blackner in wings. This time Bonner will go in motion. Go on option to the right side. Kick it out to Bonner, and Junior says, boy, thanks for that pitch early as the Flyers came up, challenged Oliverson, and Junior wasn't ready. He loses about 4.
So back to the original line. We'll go to Redmen.
Yeah, it looks like they'll lose about 3.
Which is better than 4.
You got to get that corner sealed. The Flyers brought some pressure that time. They had no place to go. They picked up the quarterback, and Junior had the ball so deep in the backfield, the corners could come up, make the tackle.
Still give Junior some credit because he could have been thrown for a much bigger loss than he was. I thought he was going to get wrapped up pretty far back, and then he turned it up and got a couple yards.
3-4 lineup for the Flyers. Wide receiver Platt to the left side. Oliverson sprinting out, looking over the middle, through Romney's hands, incomplete.
I thought Romney was running a real nice pattern that time coming from the far side of the field across the middle, and had a shot at that catch. It was a little high and a little juicy, but it was a good play.
You know, all receivers say, hey, if you get it on the hands, you ought to make the catch. At least the quarterback says that. If you can get your hands on it, you ought to catch it. Little high, Cam couldn't bring it in. So Andrew Hansen on for his, what, Tim? Third punt. Redmen will line up in the wishbone. Hansen will slide back. Now he's got a little bit of wind. Let's see what Andrew can do for the Redmen tonight. Snaps, good snap, kick, good high, lazy spiral. Will knock it up to Frainer inside the 20. Block, a clip.
Got to be, yeah.
And Frainer will bounce to the left side, across the middle, get the block, go down the sideline. He might go.
That's going to come back.
Hansen will bring him down at the 30, but bring it back with the clip at the Flyer 24-yard line. They will start 1st and 10 at their 12, half the distance.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
You and I could see that.
Yeah, I almost would have backed off, let him run for the touchdown, and said, come on back, guy.
That shows how explosive this Flyer team is, as you heard Coach Peacock. And I also talked to Brad Lambeth, as I mentioned earlier, out at Canyon View. He talked to Dean Fowles over in Delton. He said this is the most talented team they've ever seen. They've got so much talent.
Well, that's saying quite a bit as you compare them to the team that was the state champion in 3A last year.
Well, you got to remember Dixie went in with 5 losses, the most losses by a champion.
And have yet to win a game this season.
Yeah. Like I said, the Redmen play for the championship, and they haven't won a game yet either, so strange things happen. 1st and 10 at the Flyer 12 is half the distance to the goal. Worst field position by far for either school thus far. 4:27 to play before halftime. Flyers will come out in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left side, 1 running back with Horlocker. Torgerson is solo there. Option back to the left side, kick it out to Beck, and Beck will be brought down. Brian Fink, great tackle inside the 5.
Horlocker was going to actually almost get knocked down for just about a safety. I mean, he was knocked down just after he pitched the ball. I mean, just after, and he looked like he was dangerously close to being back in the end zone.
-8 on that play. They'll mark it at the 4. 2nd down.
That was Beck.
That was Beck, number 22.
Again, not one positive yard running play for the Dixie Flyers tonight.
And that's okay.
Yeah, you don't seem to be too upset about that.
Redmen have done a great job defensively. Where's this team been thus far in the season? Don't know, but they come together at a good time to start the regular season. High formation for the Flyers. Horlocker under center. Long play. He'll give off to the tailback. Nothing that direction, as I'm not sure if that was Diaz or Beck. We'll see. It is Diaz. He'll pick up maybe a yard out to the 5. It'll bring up 3rd down.
So Diaz has the honor of being the first running back to gain yardage for the Flyers on the running game.
It's amazing, isn't it? Right before halftime. 1 yard is the biggest running play that the Flyers have had from scrimmage. And the Flyers are going to be in some trouble, I think, running down the clock. The White Hats already getting down there. They'll break the huddle. Torgerson will come wide to the left side. He's counting it down. They're not even set. I'll bet there's a penalty here. Horlocker's got to get it away quick. High formation. Give to the deep man straight up the middle behind those big boys, and they're not picking up much, maybe 2, and it'll bring up a 4th down for the Flyers.
So, riddle me this, Batman. There's another yard gain for was that Diaz or Beck?
I'm not sure. I think it was Diaz. He was the deep man. They're going to mark it out by the 7, give him 2 on the play.
Are they that concerned about getting hit in the end zone for a safety that they're not going to run it out? Because obviously, you know, on 3rd and forever, you're not going to do it by a yard or 2 up the middle.
Well, I think that's the safe play. You got Horlocker, who has got a major league leg.
That's true. Just get it out of there.
He'll have to stand near the back end zone. Actually, he's going to be about 8 yards deep in his end zone. He'll get this away into high snap, and Horlocker comes down with it. Good spirally kick. He'll drive Bonner back to the 45. He'll look into the get to the corner. He does get to the corner, bounce to the inside, back to the outside, hits a block, cuts back inside. Bonner electrifying run. 1st and 10, Redmen at the Flyer 30.
Great running back run back for Bonner tonight. We saw him do it on the last series. He scampers up for 17 yards. This one a lot bigger than a 17-yard run back. And again, he just kind of jukes left, jukes right, finds a way to pick away for an extra 4 yards and then pick away for an extra 5 yards.
25-yard return by Bonner. And the Redmen are in business. 1st and 10 at the Flyer 30-yard line. 2 minutes to go before halftime. Redmen leads 7-0. Defense galore by the Flyer, or the Redmen tonight.
One of those situations you feel like it's Maverick and Goose up against Viper. We got a big one here, guys.
Hansen wide to the right side. Wishbone formation. Griffin and Blackner are the tailbacks. Straight drop back for Oliverson, looking for Hanson. Andrews wide open, touchdown, Redmen! Somebody forgot to pick up Andrew Oliverson on the money, and it's 13-0 Redmen.
And a great pattern run by Andrew Hanson tonight. You've liked that matchup all night long, haven't you, Alan? Because Hanson, a bigger target for Jeff O to hit, and he was, I think he was out there reading the magazine on the way.
You know, he got into his zone. I think the cornerback thought the safety was going to get there. He's late getting there. Ball on the money. Perfect strike. Touchdown Redmen with 1:54 to go, and Hanson on to try the PAT. Oliverson will do the hold. Snap back, Oliverson with the hold. Hanson bangs it down the middle. It's, I think, good. It is, and the Redmen lead 14-0, so we'll be back with the Redmen kickoff to the Flyers here on Talk Radio in 1 minute.
Maybe you know someone who needs worried if the temperature of the garage is just right. Maybe a little extreme, but whatever. If you take pride in your car or truck, you should be taking it to Rolling Rubber, especially for winter driving. The crew at Rolling Rubber can lube and oil your vehicle, rotate and balance the tires, align the front end, repair the radiator, get winter tires ready for you to go, service your heating system. They do a darn good job at a reasonable price. Rolling Rubber, 256 West, 200 North, Cedar City.
Oh, I'm like so totally hungry.
Hey, relax, girlfriend. We're going to Brad's Food Hut in Cedar City. It's the place the in-crowd goes.
Cool. That's like so awesome. But do they really have good food?
Oh, totally. Like they have the best burgers because they're made fresh and they aren't like crusting up under some heat lamp like most fast food places. Hey, at Brad's Food Hut, you can get the Bronco Burger.
Wow, man.
And chicken fingers, cheese sticks, and yummy shakes.
Groovy. It's Brad's over at 546 North Main, right?
Yeah, baby. Brad's Food Hut in Cedar City.
Great return set up by Junior Bonner, leads to a 30-yard touchdown pass to Andrew Hanson. Again, a squib kick. Diaz will go back under pressure. He'll come on up, and guess whose number there?
I think that looks like number 33.
Was that 33 that was on the tackle? Good time pop there.
And that is Bob Griffin.
Bob Griffiths has played a great game on the special teams tonight. He's also been mentioned a number of times on the defensive side. Flyers will start 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line. Inside of a minute 50 at 1:49 to play before halftime.
Now this is where you worry what Horlocker can do if he's given some time by his big beef up front. And they are there, the Fisher monsters out on the line for the Dixie High Flyers, and the Horlocker will work out of the shotgun.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Horlocker straight drop back. Griffin under pressure, gets to Horlocker just as he releases the ball, incomplete. Tell you what, they've liked sending Jesse on tonight. He's had 1 sack, 2 hurries already. Great job by Jesse on the outside.
I'm sure Horlocker's not happy. Of course, being Cedar High fans, we kind of like the fact that he's only 5 of 15.
5 of 15. Now, we got to mention 5 of those at least were drops.
Yeah.
You know, so he's been on the money most of the night. Good pressure that time by the cornerback.
Well, I'd say he's completed 5. 5 were dropped, and then 5 were just not the best passes.
This time the Flyers under center will go Horlocker, 3 receivers to the right side. Diaz in the running back, throw it out into the flat for Adams. This time Adams catches it, bounces back to the inside, gets to the corner, and James Platt, Jesse Griffin come down with the tackle, but not until there is a 20-yard, 19-yard pickup, 1st and 10 for the Flyers.
Well, this is a situation, though, and it's kind of a nice situation to be in for, you give him 21 yards?
I gave him 19.
19, all right. This is a nice situation for the for the Redmen to be in. They can give up yardage as long as they don't give up the point.
1:34 to go, 3 receivers left, shotgun formation. Horlocker looking left. Penalty flags underneath, in and out of the hands. Bonner almost up with another interception.
I believe the Flyers will get hit for their 3rd penalty.
Well, I think that's an easy one, Tim. That's a spot foul. They'll lose actually more than the yardage, I think, because it's at a 5 yards in the backfield. Tell you what, there's some tired Cedar players as they're out there holding their legs. They've been having to cover a lot of people.
Yeah, they're running. They're having to cover more real estate that's probably been sold in the last 2 months here in town. And they are doing a fabulous job. Actually, some pretty decent coverage out there tonight.
So the spot foul will be 5. They'll march off 10, so lose 15 really on the play, if you want to call it that.
Which we will.
We will.
Because we can.
And we're the only ones that matter, right?
So far, in our own minds, yeah.
Yes, 1st and 25 for the Flyers, back inside their 25 at the 23. 3 receivers left. Under center is Horlocker. Beck is the running back. Torgerson wide to the right side. Straight drop back under pressure, throwing out into the flat. No one is there.
Cam Romney was rolling through on that one.
Also Gower and Blackner right there, so incomplete, second down. I know we heard the score update, but those people listening on the radio, Canyon View update, the Tigers lead the Falcons 7-6 out at Canyon View.
6 of 18 for Horlocker tonight. Jeff O only completing 3 of 8, but Jeff has also put one in the end zone by the pass and has run one in.
He's done a good job. This time double receivers in slots, left and right. Horlocker in the shotgun, straight drop back. Looking down the field. He's going to get to Adams underneath. He's got some room. He's got the first down. Griffin will bump him out of bounds. There might be a penalty late hit. It is. It's going to be 15 yards on the Redmen. Big play there for the Flyers.
Adams catches his 4th reception of the game. Looks like that's good for
33 yards on the gain on the pass play, if that's where the white hat is. That is. So 33 yards on the pass play. It'll be a 6th first down for the Flyers. Tack on some yardage on the late hit by the Redmen, and the Flyers in business. Tim, 1:05 to play.
This will
should be probably 15 yards, I would suspect. So that's going to put it down to the 30, because it is at the 45.
This is the Redmen's first penalty of the night.
But a costly one at a bad time. In fairness to the defensive man, he's coming full tilt. He gets bumped out the last minute, does the running back, and he just plows into him. 15 yards on the mark-off for the Flyers.
Now the unfortunate situation here is they got just a minute left, but they really got 4 shots from the end zone.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a major league kicker with Horlocker, too, and I think what I've seen from his leg, they're in field goal range. Double slot, left and right. Horlocker straight drop back. Give it out in the flat, this time to number 16. That is Dustin Bowler. He'll come up with the reception, good for a yard or 2, second down.
Bowler with his 2nd reception of the night. 59.7 left in the first half.
We'll call it 2nd down and 8. Give him 2 on the pickup. Stop. Clock stop. 59.7 to go. Adams wide to the left side. Skylar Miller will pick up him. New man in for the Flyers, number 29, Nick Hafen. He's wide to the right side. Griffin on him. Shotgun formation for Horlocker. Straight drop back. Looking down the sideline for Adams. He slips down. Miller makes it just for the ball. He can't come up with it.
And Gower put a major league hit on Horlocker, who's coming up but a little slower than he has.
Well, you know, I've seen Mike. That's like your worst nightmare coming through you at a line, and he put a good pop on Horlocker. Adams slipped. Miller almost with the pick. 53.8, 3rd and 8 for the Flyers. As you mentioned, Tim, I think it's really 2-down territory here.
Oh, yeah, without question.
Unless Coach Mike Smith says, hey, let's play a field goal, see what happens.
But I don't think Dixie would be satisfied with that. Wouldn't do very much for him in this situation. They're down 14.
Adams wide to the right side. Torgerson wide left. Double wing this time for the Flyers. Horlocker under center. Straight drop back. Looking underneath for Frainer. Pressure by the Redmen forced the pass early. Gower and Fink on coverage.
Yeah, and again, the Horlocker taking his licks out there. Well, it'll be decision time for the Flyers at 4th and 8 with 48 seconds left in the first half. Obviously, Horlocker is going to be out there no matter what. Play comes in from Coach Mike Smith.
8th play of this drive, Tim. 48.7. You don't want to say